never shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, better get a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Today, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
It's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Brought down.
That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Finding room at the 30. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards on the play. First down.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb. It was a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished second in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Chubb. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Uses the stiff arm. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Now Chubb.
Mayfield
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. Out now comes 2-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 4th year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Good sizable run there by Deshaun Watson on the RPO.
That's in his DNA as a quarterback. He's been doing that since high school. He understands the RPO game as well as any quarterback in the league, and he makes excellent decisions. And when he takes off and goes, his team's pretty happy about it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete.
Watson's
that throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 2nd and 11 now. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Mayfield on first down. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
they'll try again with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Second and 10 now from the 27. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And
throwing on 3rd down. Watson has got his target. It's Cobb.
Watson's pass.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Watson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson. He'll find Lindsey here.
Watson's
it's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
3rd and inches.
Operating from the gun, Watson, and able to find Conley. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Watson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
We got 3, man. We got 3. Check 93 for Mike. 93, man.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. And, oh, this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL at picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Round 7, Texans nothing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This pass complete to Higgins. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Cleveland Browns.
Mayfield with it once more. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6. At the 8-yard
Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Throwing, Mayfield. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Browns 10. Texans nothing.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And now out comes Houston. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the 30.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey.
Philip Lindsay, the ball carrier.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
42
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw is Watson. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st.
A gain of 7. But it's 4th down.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Jarvis Landry and company heading back onto the field now. And they've got to figure out how to stop some of the highlights that we're seeing on the screen here.
And what it feels like, he's going to say it doesn't matter what you put out here. I am having a big-time performance. I'm playing at a big-time level. Just keep throwing me the football. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
27.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up.
Here's Mayfield.
At the 7.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 9 yards.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And it's complete. Hooper. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top. 31 yards.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
Desmond King making the tackle.
Midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
from just shy of midfield. Mayfield's got Hooper on the short connection. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Mayfield to throw it. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Fights through him. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Mayfield looks to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone, and Hilliard will elect to not return it.
1st and at their own 20.
Houston set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, it's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
First down.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On second down, it's Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They run. Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper.
That's good.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Christian Kirksey coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed it.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Malik Jackson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd
the gun on third. Watson looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown, Houston.
Watson's pass.
Chris Conley, 85 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And it's 17-7. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
7.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Johnson now returning. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And that one will fall incomplete.
Intended for
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And 10 yards.
And again, it's Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside.
Mayfield.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Yards on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10.
And now out comes Houston. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2nd half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're 1 big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 28. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Anthony Walker, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
17. Texans 10.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jarvis Landry, helmet back on and ready to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Mayfield on the keeper. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. This pass complete to Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
41-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
At the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 6.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
That's good.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's going to be met at about the 43.
Chubb, the ball
Tackle made by K'Wan Short. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield, and that's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. He's got Higgins over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Following the penalty, Chubb. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
Cunningham on the tackle. A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6.
Here's Mayfield. That's complete right around the 8. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. From the gun, Mayfield.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Donovan Peoples-Jones.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Parkey is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
Texans 10.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Houston set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, Lindsey. Oh, some strong running. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb.
Watson's
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, throw right side into the hands of Akins.
Pass. Complete to
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. That's some momentum going, driving down the field. That'll set him back 1st and 15.
I mean, that type of play, when you've got to go in your direction, shoot, my man Old Mo is arching an eyebrow.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, B.J. Goodson with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Following the interception, Mayfield. And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 6.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 27. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Second and 11. To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Bradley Roby on the cover.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On first down, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Watson's throw here taken in by Cooks. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again is Watson. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Mayfield now from the 50. And this one's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And again, it's Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
27 career.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Makes the score Browns 26, Texans 10.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
On the play.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson. Screen pass to Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Gain of 21 yards. And the Texans 1st down.
To the air yet again, Watson. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
to throw again. Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Intended for Jordan Akins.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Houston. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the... So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Cleveland, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And the